Welcome back to Tech by Pike. Today we're going to be talking about the DJI OSMO Pocket 3 handheld camera. It's an action camera, and I got it for a very specific reason. I'll talk a little bit about that later. Quickly, I just want to go over the specs. It has a 2-inch screen. It's a touch screen. It has a 1-inch CMOS and 4K at 120 hertz. It is a 3-axis gimbal, mechanical stabilization, and it has active track 6.0, also full pixel fast focusing, and then it has stereo recording, and obviously it's in a pretty good, I would consider that pocket size, I think, unless I'm wearing jeans or something. Anyway, we got this for about just a little less than $700. It was in a package deal, and we're going to go through what I actually got when I bought this camera, all the accessories and whatnot. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what came in the package when I bought the DJI OSMO Pocket 3 camera. I got the charging cable here. It's a USB-C to USB-C. It's braided, very thick and durable, so I think it'll last a while. No charging brick, which is unfortunate, but that seems to be the way things are going nowadays. Wasn't a big deal for me. I have charging bricks for days, so I have extras. But if you don't, then that's just another added expense to go along with buying the camera. So just keep that in mind. In the box, I got a QR code card here. It directs me to the app for download onto my mobile device. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Also got a pamphlet here around safety guidelines. Got something that talks a little bit about the protective cover. Talk about that in a moment. And then we got a quick start guide and a limited warranty card. So we'll go ahead and toss those out of the way. Let's talk a little bit about the case here that I got. It's not, I don't know, it's pretty flimsy. It's just something to carry your camera around in, but I wouldn't drop it. I'd be afraid to drop this from really any kind of high elevation, thinking that my camera might get broken. So if you're really interested in protecting your camera, I'd probably go out to Amazon and get something just a little bit less flexible, a little bit of a harder shell. But I mean, to carry it around and whatnot, this will do the trick. It's not a big deal. Came with a microfiber cleaning cloth. I think this is a premium extended service protection plan. I am not sure if it's free or not. I haven't looked, but it says that you can register online. You can do it through the app, and I don't know, this might be something to take a look at and see if this is an added expense or not. Or maybe if you've done it, then throw it in the comments of this video and let us know. I'd be interested. Okay. It came with a little, I don't know what you call these things, some kind of a cable here to hook onto your camera so you can loop it around your wrist and hold on to it. I tried to get it onto the camera a number of times through these two little holes here, and it was a real pain, and I never did get it through there. So anyway, there you go. That's the case. The guard is this plastic thing right here that came with the camera, and the guard, I think, is actually what will protect this camera the most. And once you have it turned off, you just click it in like this, and it sits there, and it's not coming out unless you pull it out forcibly. But it's not flimsy enough to where the camera will break or anything. So that's nice to have. I like that a lot. this little added brick down here, and I had to latch it on. It is separate from the actual camera until you click it into place. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it to come apart for this video. Once I clicked it in, it was there to stay. So anyway, just FYI on that. But this does house the USB-C charging for the camera, and it also houses this screw here, kind of a little hole in the bottom where you can mount this thing onto an arm, onto the desk or something like that. So that's kind of cool to have that. You have the micro SD card slot. It comes with a 64 gig micro SD card. If you're like me and you're doing a lot of B-roll or a lot of videos and whatnot, or pictures that you save for whatever reason, 64 gigs is just a drop in the bucket for me. So I threw in a 512 gigabyte micro SD card, and that's been working out just fine. So there's a couple things about this. You got a joystick here, and I'll show you what that does, and then you got the record button. But to turn it on, you just flip the screen to landscape mode, and it turns right on. Now to turn it off, you flip it into portrait mode. It gives you a 2-second delay, and then it'll turn off. Now, let's try that again. It'll go to portrait mode. If I hit continue, it'll remain in portrait mode, and I can take pictures or record in portrait mode as opposed to landscape. So that's a nice little added feature. And there is a timer that you can set. It's 2 seconds, none, and never, I think. So I think the longest you have is 2 seconds, but we'll check that out. Let's put this in landscape. It seems to be a little bit better. So right now it's reading my SD card slot. I have 28 hours. Woo! Also has face auto detect, but let's go back. 28 hours and 25 minutes. It has a battery level indicator. Right now I have it on video at 1080p at 30, and I think this is a rotation. Gimbal rotated, hello. So there you go. Let's go ahead and slide this down. A number of features here, and we're going to start at the top. Save to CI, I'm not exactly sure what that means. Somebody knows what that means, put it in the comments, I'd be interested. I just didn't have time to look it up. Over here, screen rotate and capture, last settings, video, low light, hyperlapse, has a number of features there. Brightness of the screen, you have enable or disable FT selfies, so that's great. Over here we have wireless mic setup. You have gimbal startup directions. You got forward, backwards, and you can go back to the last settings. Here's the rotate screen to power off. And this you can have now, just flip it and it turns off. You have a 2-second delay, or never, it never turns off. All right, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. And here I think we have landscape mode or portrait mode, that's kind of cool. And then here you got gimbal moves at moderate speed, slow default, or fast, suitable for most scenarios. Apparently, I haven't tried it yet. And then you have gimbal modes, FPV, camera rotates freely and follows device movement. You have tilt and lock, and you have follow, suitable for most scenarios, included vlogs or self videos. So that's nice. Camera, video, low light, slow, you can do. And then you can have a time lapse on it as well. Let me keep it on that video. So this is what I wanted to look at. So we're at 16 by 9, and it's a 1080p, 2.7K and a 4K, and you got different frame rates here. I like 1080p at 30, but you can go 1080p at 60 frames per second, so FPS. So there you go. Let's see, can we go 1:1, 16:9 aspect ratio. It looks like it's just 16:9 aspect ratio, so okay. Well, there you go. Those are a good portion of the features that's actually on the camera itself. But now I'm going to go to my phone here, and I'm going to connect to the actual camera. It's going to take a moment. Yep, join, please. It's now joined with my phone, and I can adjust the camera, move the camera around a little bit, the lens, and point and shoot and record different things. So, and I'll show you why I actually got this camera. It's for some of this stuff that I can do off my phone. But you can see video, low light, photo, pano. You can do live stream off of it, slow motion. Let's see if I can move this around a little bit. Okay, so whoops. Oh, live stream off of YouTube. Yay! I'll have to figure that out. You got time lapse, hyperlapse, so all good stuff. We're gonna go straight to video here. So what I'm showing. Let's go ahead and move that up. All right. So some really neat things you can do here when it's synced up to your phone. The reason that I like the DJI over the GoPro is the fact that the setup on this was so seamless. It took me, I don't know, 2 to 3 minutes. I downloaded the app, I synced it up with my phone through the Wi-Fi, and it just started working. Unlike the GoPro, I've had 3 GoPros. This is GoPro 11, I believe. And every time I've initially tried to sync up the camera to my phone, it's taken like 6 or 7 tries. 1 to recognize my Wi-Fi, 2 to recognize my phone. And it gets really, really frustrating. I don't know what DJI is doing to make it seamless for their end users, but kudos to them for making it very user-friendly, and I appreciate that. Those are things that I like. Anyway, hopefully GoPro will get better at doing those type of things, take a page out of DJI's book, but that's my personal feeling around between the two of them. The differences is just the initial setup. Now, I was going to let you know what I will be doing with this camera, and it's going to, I don't know, it may seem a little lame to you, but I'm going to be using this primarily for close-ups on the products that I review. So here's my Lenovo Legion Go, and what I would use this camera for is to do, because it has a gimbal, it's to do like slow video close-ups of certain attributes of a particular thing that I'm reviewing, whether it's buttons, triggers, the screen, whatever it is. This camera's going to be doing it. I'm not going to be using my GoPro because the GoPro seems to be a little more shaky, and I can't get really good clear video out of it for what I want to do. So the DJI is going to work out perfectly for this particular job that I want it to do. So anyway, that's what I'll be using it for, B-rolls mostly. Anyway, there you go. I'm going to turn that off. So that's it for this video. There's a couple things that I do want to mention about this. The power brick, that it wasn't included, was kind of a bummer, but that seems to be kind of the way now where manufacturers aren't including power bricks and they're sold separately. Luckily, I have power bricks for days, so that really didn't faze me all that much. But for those who don't have, don't deal with tech very often, we'll have to go out and buy one. They're not very expensive, but still, it's an added expense that you didn't expect, and it's a little bit of a bummer. If you're a non-technical person and you want an action camera, for me, this is the one to go with. The DJI Pocket 3. This thing was very simple to set up. You download the app, you jump on the wire, in-house Wi-Fi, and get it connected, and you're off and running. And it was very simple. I have had a number of GoPros where it wasn't that easy. I had to go through a number of hoops to try to get it connected to my mobile device to set it up. This one was seamless. So anyway, if simple is what you're looking for, I recommend this one. It is a $700, little under $700 camera, but for what I'm going to be using it for, I think it's worth it. Anyway, there you go. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this from Tech by Pike, hit the subscribe button. We appreciate it. Helps the channel. Not only that, gives us an opportunity to bring more videos like this to you. And for that, we thank you. I'm going to leave you with a little video of our dog Hattie, Chocolate Lab, at the end that I took with this particular camera. We'll see you in the next one.
Psst.